Clinical trials with large, diverse samples are the most valuable tool that we have for refining our product development, for improving operational efficiency, and increasing better relationships with stakeholders. This is a new data-driven approach that is paving the way for personalized wellness, driving both industry success and better health outcomes. By embracing this new approach, we can not only create more effective products, we can truly revolutionize the way that we approach health and wellness. In the supplement industry, we often rely on averages when designing products. And averages can be useful, absolutely, but they often hide the real story. For example, imagine if everyone who ever needed glasses received the same generic prescription designed based off an average of vision needs. Some people would be able to see clearly, sure, but most people wouldn't. For example, people who are farsighted need glasses that bend light in one specific direction, while people who are nearsighted need glasses that bend light in the direct opposite direction. So if we took the average of those prescription needs, you would actually end up with plain glass, with glasses that don't bend the light at all and therefore aren't helping anyone to see any better. However, if we look closer at the data, if we divide it into subgroups, like looking specifically at people who are farsighted, or specifically just at people who are nearsighted, and the specific vision needs that they have, that's when the patterns that really matter start to emerge. And that's the power of personalization. Personalized wellness means creating supplements or health solutions in general that are designed to provide the best possible outcome for each person. By leveraging this type of personalized data, companies can not only increase the likelihood that a person will receive the intended benefits from their product, they can also boost their revenue by creating more efficient operations, more optimized targeted marketing, and increased loyalty with their customers. This approach ensures that everyone, regardless of their unique characteristics, can benefit from the health products that we develop. By tailoring our products to account for individual differences, we are not only creating more effective products, we're reducing disparities in overall health outcomes that often arise from a one-size-fits-all approach. And this inclusivity isn't just about fairness. It's about truly advancing public health by making the most effective products possible for everyone. Just imagine if you were able to walk into a store and grab a supplement off the shelf that was specifically designed for a person like you, for the specific needs of your body. That's the future of wellness. And it's a future where companies win too. And the key to unlocking this future is clinical trials with large, diverse samples. Clinical trials allow us to assess how well a wellness product works. Trials are very carefully designed and conducted to allow us to assess the effects of a specific product on specific health outcomes. Traditional clinical trials are very limited by small sample sizes and strict criteria for participation, something that drastically reduces their results' relevance to real-world populations. However, in contrast to this, virtual clinical trials allow us to recruit large, nationally representative, diverse samples, reaching people all over the country. What's more, in a virtual clinical trial, participants are monitored remotely using digital technologies, meaning that we can assess the effects of a product without taking participants out of their normal daily environments. That's real-world data. These trials are truly the most valuable tool we have for advancing wellness, making products that are truly more effective, and they've only recently become a practical option. Thanks to recent advances in technology, statistics, and AI, we can now gather and analyze vast data sets. Biostatistics takes this data and examines it to assess for patterns and statistical significance, while AI helps identify patterns in the data and supports in hypothesis generation. Through diverse, extensive data sets, we're able to detect a much broader range of potential correlations. And when you pair that with robust statistical analyses, we can ensure that the findings are truly reliable. So, if you decided to start conducting clinical trials on your product today, what benefits would you see? What new tools would you be equipped with? Well, for one, as I've already mentioned, you would be able to make more effective products. And I know I've already touched on this, so I want to look at a specific example of what that would really look like. Let's say that you perform a large trial, on a product intended to improve sleep with melatonin as a key ingredient. Just suppose that you find that one subgroup, people who struggle with sleep onset, so they have a hard time falling asleep, benefit from a certain higher dose of melatonin, while people who fall asleep just fine but struggle to stay asleep actually see a decline in their sleep quality from that higher dose of melatonin, as it disrupts their sleep cycles and leads to feelings of grogginess. However, they did benefit from a lower melatonin dose. With this information, you can now create two versions of the same product. One with a higher melatonin dose for people who struggle to fall asleep, and one with a lower melatonin dose for people who struggle to stay asleep. You've now created a more effective product for a wider range of people. And you can take those exact same insights and go even further with it. Beyond just improving the efficacy of your product, you can also use it to streamline your supply chain, create more efficient uses of ingredients, and ultimately reduce your costs. So, now that you know that people who just struggle to stay asleep but fall asleep just fine don't need that higher dose of melatonin, you now know exactly which ingredient and how much of that ingredient you actually need to put in your product. In essence, you now know how to take a more cost-effective and efficient approach to creating your products. These clinical trials also provide you with the information you need to enhance your overall marketing. For one, they give you the information to make strong, credible marketing claims. And even beyond that, with these large sample sizes, you can look at multiple different endpoints, meaning you can see how your product impacts multiple different health outcomes. And with exploratory analyses, you can see how your product impacts multiple different health outcomes among multiple different subgroups. With that information, you can now have new directions for your future clinical trials. And if consumers are 2 times more likely to have a high purchase intent for a product that's clinically proven. So if your trial shows that your product significantly improved fatigue, you can now confidently market it as clinically proven to significantly improve fatigue. This information is also a game changer for your overall marketing strategies. It allows you to craft your messaging, distribution, and outreach with precision. Let's say that you conduct a clinical trial and you find that men under 40 receive the greatest benefits from your product. You can now develop a highly targeted marketing campaign that speaks directly to the needs of men under 40. By creating messaging that resonates with this subgroup, you not only increase the odds that your product will truly reach the people who benefit the most from it, but you also build trust in the efficacy of your product, creating customers who speak highly about it to their friends and become loyal, repeat customers coming back time and time again to purchase your product. These clinical trials build trust in your product and brand. By conducting clinical trials, you give consumers the confidence that they need to grab your product off the shelf knowing it has already been rigorously clinically studied. And even beyond consumer trust, you build trust in your retailers and healthcare professionals too. Those same clinical trials, if you transparently share the results, that instills trust in retailers to stock your product on their shelves and encourages healthcare professionals to recommend your product to their patients. This is a comprehensive, data-driven approach that not only reinforces the credibility and integrity of your brand, it strengthens relationships with all of your stakeholders. Clinical trials with large, diverse samples truly are a game changer. They provide you with the tools that you need to refine your product development, making more effective products, to optimize your marketing, to reduce your cost, to improve efficiency, and to build stronger relationships with stakeholders. It's truly the future of wellness. If a one single prescription for glasses isn't likely to work well for most people, a one-size-fits-all approach to supplements isn't likely to help most people either.